the real pasta alla GRICIA, one of the pasta pillars of Roman cuisine. This mouth-watering pasta dish can be considered the child of Cacio e Pepe pasta and the parent of Pasta Amatriciana and spaghetti carbonara. And just like them, it features fine Italian guanciale, which is cured pork cheek. Today, in the Piatto kitchen, we'll show you how to prepare pasta alla GRICIA just as they do in Italy. We start with the black pepper. Whether we're making gricia, carbonara or cacio e pepe, the black pepper should be freshly ground and toasted for about 1 minute. And we move to the guanciale, which should be half of the weight of the pasta. As we do for carbonara and amatriciana, we cut the guanciale into strips and put it in the pan. I recommend using medium-low heat and raise the temperature only at the end of the cook time. This way, our guanciale will remain crunchy on the outside, but soft inside. As you can see, we have not added any additional oil or fat. In fact, the guanciale will give off plenty of it. And as per usual, you can use pancetta or cured pork belly if that's all you can find. And while the guanciale browns, I'm gonna cook the pasta, spaghetti, tonnarelli, or whatever you prefer. Even short pasta can be used. Our guanciale is now browned and crispy, so it's time to deglaze it with a bit of white wine. I'm gonna use Pinot Grigio, but any white wine will do. This will give a pleasant aftertaste to the guanciale, plus it adds a little bit of acidity to the dish. Okay, I'm setting the guanciale aside, but let's make sure to save all these drippings, which we're going to use for creating the mouth-watering pasta sauce at the end, when we're going to combine that with our pecorino cheese sauce and with the starch from the pasta. In fact, this fantastic sauce will be very similar to the sauce that we make for cacio e pepe. In goes the pasta. I've cooked it 3/4 of the time required for al dente pasta, and now I'm going to finish cooking it the rest of the way in the pan with our lovely guanciale drippings. And by the way, you can find all of these famous Roman dishes on our cooking channel. I'm gonna add a couple ladles of hot pasta water. Now in it goes the beautiful pepper that we toasted earlier, and our guanciale, which has remained crisp even after the glazing. And it's time to make the cheese sauce. I'm using semi-aged pecorino romano cheese, also at a quantity that's half of the weight of the pasta, and I simply drizzle in a little of hot pasta water and keep mixing. This is very important. I'm heating the hot water slowly to prevent the temperature from going over 140 Fahrenheit, 60 Celsius. And why is that? Because we're looking for a smooth paste, the same way we prepare the pecorino cheese for making cacio e pepe. And if the temperature goes above 140, we ruin our cheese sauce and it won't be any more creamy and velvety as it should be. So I'm gonna keep stirring until I reach this kind of ricotta-like consistency, and this paste is ready to be incorporated with the rest. And speaking of the rest, look at the lovely sauce that we already have in the pan. Now, all that's left is to turn off the heat and stir in the cheese paste. The very best restaurants in Rome surely must finish this dish at the table, just like they do with the so-called Alfredo. But why is that? Well, the reason is that pasta alla GRICIA, just as well as cacio e pepe, carbonara and alfredo, should be eaten right away. And since the process of mixing in the cheese, which is called mantecatura in Italian, lowers the temperature a little, we can't wait any longer to eat it, or it will be cold. And on the other hand, we can't keep heating the pasta as we stir in the cheese, or we risk raising the temperature too much and creating a clumpy, stringy sauce instead of the creamy masterpiece you see here. And look at this sauce. Now really, come a little closer. Let me show you what we're talking about. And look at that. And with a dish like this, you just enjoy, don't think about the calories, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. And buon appetito! And if you like this video, or you learned something new, click the thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more recipes like this, from Italy and beyond.